Hey there, lads and lasses. This is Thunderhand64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States on a Wednesday afternoon. It is about 2 minutes before noontime, and that can only mean that it is time for some Generations, some Minecrafting on the Generation server. Last Wednesday on Generations, we were doing some Baby Zombie Rush design, and we made some real cool progress on the countdown clock. One of the final features before we're ready to launch that game. So that means this week we're going to be working on the server itself in survival mode and picking up where we left off 2 weeks ago. But hey, before I proceed any further, I'd like to welcome in Buffoon alumni, good friend, and incredible streamer in her own right, Angel Bayou. Angel, thank you so much for dropping by. How are you, Thunder? I am very, very well today. Yes. Thank you, and I hope you're doing the same. If you haven't checked out Angel Bayou, you should definitely go do that. Her Beat Saber streams, I believe, are on Fridays, and they're just a lot of fun, and her community is a lot of fun and stuff. You should definitely go check her out. I am well, thank you. Happy to hear it. Thank you so much. Oh, you moved them to Wednesday. Great. Oh, maybe you'll be starting that soon because I'm 3 hours behind you. You're 3 hours ahead. Maybe we can raid in. Okay, that let us switch over to our display scene. There we go. So tonight, I'll be starting in 3 hours. Oh, okay. This is a 2-hour stream, so we'll be pretty close. Now, I do have to drive to school, to Kachi's school afterward, but not too far afterward. Yeah, I'll be around to catch that, actually. Excuse me. Our schedule now, since Kachi has started school and all of his activities have fired back up and everything, and our commute has kind of stabilized. And now we're getting an idea of our schedule now. Our schedule is starting to settle down and solidify. And so it's easier now, a little bit easier to stream and to schedule streams, to visit other people's streams, and to do things like that. For the last 2 weeks, things have been kind of up in the air. So, excuse me, I inhaled half of my drink down the wrong pipe there. Let me see. Draken, our co-pilot, and our friend Draken, welcome in Staying Dry. So some of you may have heard that that here in Southern California, we've gotten our first tropical storm since 1939 this past Sunday. And still trying to work the Gatorade out of my lungs there. But no big deal. No big deal at all. For us, anyway. For people in Baja, Mexico, probably a much bigger deal. By the time it landfell, crossing our border out into the desert, actually, and everything, it really settled down a lot. All we got was some rain, and not very heavy rain, and a little bit of wind. Not very heavy wind. So we're just fine. But thank you so much for asking. But we just had some roof work done. In fact, we got more rain over the winter and spring, and it caused a little bit of damage to the house and stuff, because these houses just aren't made for, huge volumes of rain like that and everything. So we were in the middle of scheduling our roof work to be done when it was announced that a hurricane would hit Southern California, and we were like, oh my God. But it turned out to be absolutely nothing at all, really, and which is a good thing. So also during the hurricane, out in Santa Barbara, about 90 miles west of us, we had a little bit of a rumble, a little bit of an earthquake out there. About the intensity varies from which reports, but it's about a 5. We just barely felt it out here. You could just barely sense it at all. some things that are hanging, some items you could just see them move a little bit, and you get the feeling of the floor moving a tiny bit, but not much. But yeah, all natural disasters and things aside, everything's fine. Monday afternoon, the clouds broke and it was warm and sunny. Everything's drying out now. So good to hear everything is all good there. Was worried about potential flooding in the desert. Yeah, now this was kind of strange for us because the impact of that would have been greater east of us out in the desert. So we're on the western edge of the Mojave. Myself, PC and Coffee, JMO the Schmo, we're on that western edge of the desert. And JMO's probably a little bit closer to that than we are. But the storm was supposed to come right up through the desert. And the desert, they have no ability to deal with that at all. So just flat, no place for water to go. Utilities and stuff are out there are just not capable of handling that. But luckily, the storm really lost a lot of its power when it came over land, which is usually what happens when hurricanes hit landfall. And yeah, so things were okay out there. And it was supposed to continue on up right through Las Vegas all the way up to Reno. It's just the shape of the geography in our area with the mountains and stuff, and the way the weather patterns just hit and deflect and go off in different directions. But yeah, that was the first tropical storm kind of event we've had here since 1939, I guess. So, but everything turned out okay. All right, so let us log on to Generations here. Hopefully I have the right version of the map up. No, I don't. All right, let me fix that. Wow, too. Glad to hear everything is okay. Thank you. Let's go over to camp scene while I switch the map over. Take a moment here like this, and you guys can't see, but I'm pulling up the. Pulling up the control panel for the server off screen here. Switching over the map. Let's try that one. There we go. Okay, looks like it's loaded in. And let's do a server restart. Cue technical difficulties. I wouldn't really say they're technical difficulties as so much as it is streamer absent-mindedness. All right, that should do it. Yeah, we save all the technical difficulties for Kachi time on Sundays. Center this a little bit more right there. Still qualifies. If you say so, Drac. If you say so. All right, let me see. I'll switch over the screen when this thing's loaded up. Now that is a little more like it. Okay, let's switch things over. Right there. Okay, that looked a little weird. All right, let us slap the old bed down and do some sleeping. Or let me see. Oh, that's the sun actually coming up. I forgot where I was there for a moment. That happens when you get old. Let me see. That's Silk Touch, so we're good there. All right, now these should all be full of sand. That's why we came out here. Not all of them. Let's fill the last one up here, and then we'll head on back. You may recall, if you were here with us the week before last, we were gathering sand to begin the beach terraforming around the hotel back on Mushroom Island Central. So yeah, we needed to fly around. We had updated the map to the 1.20, the latest version of 1.20, and although we preserved all the chunks around our builds, or containing our builds, the chunks around our builds have all been updated. So all the terrain is different. So this is like a new world out here. So trying to find a desert area with enough sand and everything, that took a little time last stream, but we did do that. And so you can see by our coordinates that we're a little far from home, but not overly so. And in Generations, of course, we're very, very far along into the game, so we have Elytra with which we can fly back to the base. So unlike Buffooncraft, where we've still restricted ourselves to relatively early game technology, and so we have not achieved access to the end yet on Buffooncraft Season 5. And so no Elytra, so that makes getting around a little slower. But of course, we've also set up world borders there that keep us from wandering too far into the maps. Okay, we've still got a ways to go here. And we just need like one more of these shulkers. This should only take a few minutes, and then we'll head on back and do a little bit of building. A little bit of terraforming. Which is going to be strange because we're going to replace the mycelium with sand on top of a layer of sandstone just for stability's sake. And then, but it will still technically be Mushroom Island biome. So Draken and Angel, it's good to see you guys. Angel, I've missed you terribly on the Buffooncraft server. I hope all is well for you out there. You claim so, so I'm very happy to see you. And Drac, I know you've been really busy. I haven't seen you in quite some time. It seems like an older generation stream, of which I've fond memories. Okay, I think. Oh, we still got a little ways to go here. Yeah, there we go. Get all the sandy goodness. So, Drac, how is Nebula doing? I haven't seen much of Nebs lately. I miss you too. So happy to get to see you here. And Angel, that's going to be cool because of the timing of your stream. Since you moved it to Wednesday, I'm going to be able to hang out with you there for a little bit. So Angel and I have done quite a bit of building together on Buffooncraft and Buffoon Skies and stuff, and we've often wound up on the same teams together and stuff, and I've never regretted it once. Awesome teammate. Then Draken, Nebs is recovering from a cold. Aww. Awk. this should be enough. So as I mentioned earlier towards the beginning of the stream, schedule-wise, things are settling down a little bit. We're getting an idea of the commute back and forth between here and Kachi's school. And it's not as bad as his other school, which is kind of ironic, because his other school, well, I mean, I'm talking about his pre-online school. So Kachi was attending one school a couple of towns above us, and then COVID struck, and it was 2 years of online schooling for the poor kid. And now he's attending another school, a middle school that's a few towns west of us, northwest of us. And even though it's further away, the commute is actually better. Let me see. I think we're doing okay here as far as sand. I think that'll do it. And from here we can fly on back home. Yeah, so that's... Evil lurks here. Evil. Yeah, so that's really cool. Our commute is nice. It's starting to pick up, though, traffic-wise, though, because more and more of the schools are beginning to open. And so we don't really do much manufacturing. Uh-oh. My Elytra broke. We don't really do much manufacturing here in California. Our main industry here in SoCal is education, actually. And so all the colleges, universities, and high schools, middle schools, and everything have all starting to open up now. And so that's when the traffic starts to really pick up. You have students and families and faculty and staff and everything are all on the roads commuting back and forth to the schools, and so that really picks up with the traffic. But still, even that, still we're doing okay as far as our commute, so always a good thing. Let me see. Uh-oh. Where is my... Oh, please, come on. Where's my armor, Shulker? No, please. That has my spare elytra. Tools. Elytra. I usually say elytra. That's my tack. That's pearls. Food. Fire resistance. Weapons. Tools. I don't carry the elytra in. Yeah, I don't carry it in here. All right. I guess we're going to have to boat back, and we're going to have to figure out what I did with my... with my weapons, my armor shulker. I have to figure out where I put that. Again, it's difficult for me switching back and forth between Generations and Buffooncraft. I have to remember what server I'm on and where I put things. And although I am getting better at synchronizing my gameplay between these two as far as my procedures and my practices, as far as, how to organize my inventory and things like that. Sorry to hear that, but happy things are starting to settle down. Traffic is starting to slow down for us. The snowbirds and tourists are starting to head south with the birds. Okay, great. I remember that from living in New England, so... Yeah, the commute was absolutely annihilating me when I worked at the school. I'd be in the car over 4 hours a day, and it was just destroying my hips, my lower back, and my legs. It was just completely wiping me out. And I was really concerned that I would have to, our commute to Kachi's school would be more of that. And it'd be really, really hard on my body. But it's not, actually. The round trip is just under an hour, so it's pretty good. Well, I wouldn't say it's under an hour. It's It's under an hour to get there. It's about an hour and a half round trip, I would say. Morning and afternoon traffic are picking up here, but that is due to school being back in session. Yeah, same here. See, it's very, very strange for me coming from New England in the 80s and 90s, because we still had a Milltown factory worker culture there. And so the traffic patterns aligned very closely with the shifts for all the factories. And so they were very, very predictable. Plus, living in New Hampshire, we have a very, very small coastline. And so in the summer, you would have the traffic patterns that went to the beach and back. In the winter, you would have the traffic patterns that went to the ski slopes and back. And so it was very easy for me to predict the traffic. But here in SoCal, it's a weird kind of spot. What are you doing out here? Yeah, it was very easy to predict traffic patterns there in New England. But here in SoCal, they're very unpredictable. I'm sure they were at one time, but not these days. Here you never know what to expect. Oh, there's a quaint little seaside village over there. Wonder if there's anywhere close by where I could get enough XP to repair my wings. Let me see if there was a lot of coal to be mined, or a lot of redstone, or diamonds, or lapis, because you get XP for doing that. Maybe go into the nether, jump into the nether, and what happened there? Jump into the nether and mine some quartz or something. Actually, by boat though, we're doing fairly well here. The good thing about having Mushroom Island Central in this giant inland sea is that you can get around to a lot of places by boat. So we should be able to boat all the way back. We may have to go over some short stretches of land, but we should be able to boat, and boating, of course, is faster than traveling afoot. So, yeah, we should be coming up on that pretty soon. Let me see. Can I get through this gap? Oh, I see some structures up ahead there. That looks like a village. Ah, yes, it is. Yeah, but that's going to be overland. Probably. But like I said, there shouldn't be that much land here. That as long as the magnitude is decreasing in both axes, we should be okay. Heading in the right direction, the correct direction. I think I've been here before. That village looks familiar, so. That ship does not, though. But then again, you know, like I said, it's hard to judge sometimes because we have we've updated the chunks outside of those in which we've built. Is that the slime farm? Yeah, okay. All right, that's why. Yeah, so these chunks here have been preserved. All right, so we have a small area of land over which we need to traverse, but that should be no big deal. And then we'll have a gap of ocean. So we're actually not in the inland sea. We're outside of it right now. Yeah, traveling north. So we should be south and west slightly of the Yeah, because the x-axis is negative, so that's going to bring us west. And the z-axis is positive, so that's south. All right. All right, let's skip across this land here. This little savanna bit right here. Slime farm location right over yonder. Hello, sheeps, piggies, duckins. And here we are. All right, so this is the inland sea over here. See over there, you can probably see a little bit of Mushroom Island West. And Kachi's build, there it is. Yeah, you can see it coming into view on Mushroom Island West. So we have to head a little further north and quite a bit east. And then, hey, there's Lone Star, fellow buffoon, a Lone Star. Lone Star, how are you doing today? Good to see you. And Angel's gone into the lurk, but has come back to say hi to Lone. Lone, of course, is our sentinel and protector on Buffooncraft. If you've been following along with the lore on that server, which is spectacular this year, this season. I am but a humble innkeeper. And knight, yes, and he was knighted. So each one of us takes turns being the regent, king / queen of the server. And right now our current king is the Mountain King himself, the mighty Shut Mountain. But his reign is about to come to an end. And so he has to name a successor, which should be happening soon. I'm semi-lurking, which is usually my claim. Yep, semi-lurk now. Of course, look at that coming into view with the render distance and everything. The mighty Mushroom Island Central. Look at this place. God, I love being here. So over there you can see the Guardian Farm. There's the hotel. There in the front anyway is the Chamber of Commerce. With the Origin Tree right there, Iron Farms over there, and there is the Counterplays Hotel. Yeah, I don't often wind up approaching this from the west, so it's actually a cool view coming into this from the west, and the beach and all of that stuff is on the east side of the hotel. Now, eventually, I would like to have a dock here with a big old ship. And stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. I've committed myself strictly to finishing up any present builds that are in progress. So I will not start anything new on here at all if I can avoid it. And again, that's self-imposed. I'm just trying to get things finished up here. Let me see. So we already have a lot of sand there. A lot of sand there. Okay, let's break out some shulkers. Let's just stash these right in the middle of the lobby. Please excuse our construction. Counterplace Hotel Construction Committee. All right, let's get some. Wait a minute. Before I get too far into that, we have some junk here we need to get rid of. Armor. We need the armor shulker and to figure out where that has gone to where that has gone. Let me see. I'm on level 1. I'm still very proud of this Bubble Vader, by the way. The viewers and I have designed that together, particularly Draken, Nebs, and myself. All right. One thing we should do is, you know, I'm not locating that shulker. I don't remember where it is, so we should at least run over into the Nether, go to the Enderman farm, and quickly repair the Elytra. All right, let's take a little nap first. How are we doing time-wise here? Let me see. 8:23. Oh, wow. So some of the mods, resource packs, and data packs from that we're currently using on the Buffooncraft server, I have also gone ahead and loaded those onto Generations as well. So some of you have seen this one, right, where we have our animations, our emotes, right? So we do have that. But one thing I also noticed that I loaded on there is the emotes in the chat. I put that on there as well. And I just noticed that now. Because I'd forgotten that I've done that. So, cool stuff. Cool stuff. All right. Yeah, right. Repairing the Elytra. Now, we really need to be careful doing this. Going into the end without the ability to fly. Hello, sir. Dweller in the tree. All right. So we've got a little bit of work to do here, but it's some maintenance work, but... Okay. All right, so we're traipsing along the roof of the Nether right now over to the portal room so we can go to the end. And then we can go to Kachi's Ender. And go get some XP. Huh? How did that get here? Here we go. Okay, so we must be very careful here because we can't just simply fly off. If we upset the Endies, the leggy boys. That being said, let's be ready. Don't mind me. Oh yeah, I put soul sand under this. I'd forgotten. Just for this reason. Yeah, this farm came out awesome. Kachi and I put quite a bit into this, and then we tweaked it and tweaked it and tweaked it. The only thing I really need to do is to make a much faster clock to eject the pearls. And I know how to do that now, so. All right, Elytra, let's do this. Look, just one swipe. Look at all that XP. And they are already 100% mended. But let's get the shovel as well. This should have mending on it. Yes, it does. And there it goes. Doing its mending thing. Yeah, I gotta really come on here and make a faster clock on this thing. It's just annoying to hear it. And then knowing that it's going so much slower than it should be. Anything else? Not really. Once we repair the shovel, we should be good. All right, there we go. Okay, now before we just go diving recklessly off the edge, let us make sure that we're wearing our Elytra. Yes, we are. We have rockets. We're good. Okay. Like that. There we go. Good Lord, Thunder. What server am I on? I forgot how to fly with Elytra and rockets. And there we go. Nice. Okay, I feel so much better now. All right, so my idea is not just to simply put down sand. I want to put a layer of sandstone underneath it, just in case I happen to be digging around underneath this in some tunnels. I don't want to knock out a block and then have a whole bunch of sand come down. So that means I need to make sandstone, and so I shall keep sand on this side, I'm thinking, and sandstone on that side. So let's proceed thusly. Let's do this, and let me see. There's my kit. And yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Let's do that and that. Great. And anything that is sandstone, sandstone stairs, sandstone wall, chisel sandstone. Any other sandstone. And I don't mind what kind of sandstone it is, like chisel sandstone or anything like that. That's because it'll be under the sand, so. Yeah, that looks good. Right, so we can go like this. Go like this. And like this. These are all various kinds of sandstone like that. Great. All right. I think for the most part, I'm just going to follow the shape that I already have. Also, I need to decide where it's going to stop. And I'm thinking thinking right about here. All right, so here I don't mind so much because I have some cobble underneath it from before, from earlier. Let's do this. All right, do that. That was not smart. So I'm thinking somewhat like this. So I'm going to just make a straight line across here first. And then we can try to randomize it a little bit. Something like that. Yeah, that looks good. All right, and then do something similar here. Let's do a little bit of sleeping here. Maybe like that. Done. How are we doing for time? We're at 12:40, so at 1 o'clock we need to switch to standing mode. Great. Okay, so so this, I would like to have this ramp downwards a little bit more. Right, so what I'm thinking here... All right, let's carve out a shape here. Maybe something like... like that. Let's get some of the sandstone. And we'll use this to continue outlining stuff. Just remember, there's going to be sand on top of this. So I want this stairway with this path to roughly come out to here, but also to give people a way to come out and around like this. We'll extend out this way a little bit and back like that. Let's bring this out a little more. And wonderful, it's raining. Take that out. Let me think. I'm thinking of just tapering this out into this, this kind of a shape here. out of the way, duckin'. By the way, Kachi is 100% responsible for all of the duckins that you see here. All right, maybe we'll come out a little bit like this, and then back inward. A little something like that. Remember, this is going to be under the sand, so we don't really care about that. And I'm just going sandstone under the sand like this, just for a little support. And I'm also getting rid of this old sandstone that we're not using for anything. We were using it for those features on the hotel, but now we're done. So we can use that here. There, like that. Now remember, this is all going to be sand as well, but I'm just going to set up the sand on here just to remind myself where the edge is. All right, so like this. Again, you know, I'm not the best terraformer there is, but kind of know the look I'm going for here, so this shouldn't be as bad as my past terraforming experiences. One of the other things we're going to need to do is to extend the warm ocean biome out and do so in as natural looking way as we can. That has to, we did experiment with that a little bit in one stream quite some time ago. You can see there's some warm ocean biome right there that was not there previously. Yeah, we put that there with the fill biome command when that came out in 1.19. Now, for the moment, I may leave these mushrooms here, I may not. But my idea is to use the brown style mushroom as like beach umbrellas and to use the red style mushrooms as like bars and kiosks and things like that. Refreshment islands and things like that. Let's do a little something like this and give this some shape. Yeah, that's good enough. Token, please. All right, and we decided to like bring the sand, not like, but actually bring the sand up to here in this kind of a fashion like this. So we can establish this kind of border right here. And then, as I've mentioned in past streams, I'm not entirely certain about leaving that mycelium. My instinct is to leave mycelium on the island just to preserve the idea that it's a mushroom island biome. And so there may be areas on the island that will be left mycelium, but for the most part, no. Fuck. All right, I think the best thing to do is to hog out the area close to the sand. And we do have to be careful about lighting. Let me see. And we do have to establish some of the outline here, I guess. For now, though, let's just do this so we can get some actual work done. No, let's not do that. Oh, we have some of that we need to use. Okay. Let's just lay down a sand border. Something like that for now, just so we can get some work done. And then we'll consider how this merges into that. Right. I tell you, I'm really excited to be working on this and to get this done. I've had this beachscape in my head for a long, long time, so it's kind of fun to actually look at this and have this start to come together like this. This is cool. All right, I'm not sure it's wise to keep this as mycelium, or should I pull out a secondary shovel and harvest it as dirt? Because actually the dirt is more useful. All you really have to do is save like a stack of mycelium because it can grow and spread, so. Also, we're going to need some plants that grow on sand. I know that we can get the dead bushes from the desert to grow on sand. But you know what would look really nice? Is some grass. Because grass does grow on sand if you've been to the ocean side. So it would be nice to have some grass there, I'm thinking. What the? Ugh. Please land in the water. Good. Okay, Pleasant Player! Woo! Raining on Minecraft? Yeah, Lone Star, right? Like we've never seen that before. I'm streaming right now, and we're playing Among Us. Want to join? Dude, I'm streaming myself until 2 o'clock. My stream runs. And then afterward, if you're still playing, I might. If you're still playing at that time. By the way, Among Us with Cyclopsalops and Pleasant Player and the rest of his crew there is hilarious. I was able to do so in the past. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that today on such short notice, though. But plus, they have a proximity chat mod that they use. It's just so funny. It's just so funny. And he and I have been trying to get our schedules to align so I can do that again. It's too bad Kachi's in school right now because Kachi's hilarious to have in Among Us. He's so funny. But Pleasant, if we're not able to get things to line up today so I can join you guys, we definitely need to. I just need to schedule a little more ahead of time so I can plan it. See, doesn't that look cool already? And when you come out here and you see the hotel from, well, you do need some height. So let's view it from maybe on top of this. I use this as an observation point a lot. But see, already it looks really cool. That's going to look awesome. You could stream it. Sure. Yeah, but I can't abandon my generation stream, though. A man must adhere to his principles. That's LES, by the way, not ALS. Because clearly I did not do that since I resigned to from the school. We would love to have you. Yeah, we have so much fun when we do that, Pleasant. Plus, I don't think you and I have directly participated in a project or an event together in quite some time. And the fault of that is mostly mine. So we are definitely overdue for that. All right, so I like the basic shape of this. So here now, from here I'm going to slope down a little bit more. You can see where it raises up here. I'm going to level that off, and you see where there's liquid there. I might preserve some sort of pool here, maybe one level up, like some sort of kiddie wading pool or something here. I'm going to keep. So let's hollow this out, but again, I'm going to do, I'm going to outline the shape of this first. So this will be the upper level, so I need to put this down below. Right, so I'm thinking let's do something like this, and then we'll try to sketch in the outline. I think I could do this with the shovel and still preserve the shape of it fairly well, but my shovel is really overpowered, so I got to be careful with it. I don't remove too much and then I forget what it looked like. And we'll rough this in first, and then we'll get it. We'll step back and take a look. Have a butcher. And see what it looks like. And then try to make some decisions from there. Duckin, please. You are going to meet your untimely demise. I think it's something like that. All right, let's do this. We'll do this. I'm going to skip Last of Loch Royal because I saved that for the end of the stream. And that means we got about 3 minutes before we switch into standing mode. And we reach the halfway point of the stream. All right, and like I said, I want to preserve this. So I don't know about having some sort of feature with like a gate that moves out to the sea. Probably not. Let's sort of follow this for right now. We'll think about that in a moment. All right, let's sketch out the other side of this. And let me see. I want plenty of shoreline, but it looks like Looks like we have plenty of shoreline here. Let's merge these two features together. Probably something like this. Yeah, see, that's the problem with having sand, right? Okay, so let's step this down like this. And I'm thinking we just go right around the edge of that. Let's try that. Maybe. Fine, whatever. And this might be a little too much. So let's fill in this bit of it. Thosle. And maybe something like this. And we can tear down some of that. And let me think about this. This may be a little too big right here. Let's. I know I had this coming out and all the way around, but I don't know. Let's lay down some stuff and let's see what it looks like. So let's do something like this. And I think I had this coming around as such. Right? Yeah, something like that. Okay, let's do a little bit of sleeping. Please let me sleep. Please. And now we are a little bit past time to go into standing mode. Let's do that. Congratulations to those who are still with us. You have made it halfway through the stream. All right, so let's just bring that up a little bit. That's good. All right, make a few minor adjustments. And that feels good. Do some stretching. I'm still with you, Angel. Woo! Yeah, one thing I regret is I'm either, on the road returning from someplace or on the road heading to someplace. So when I stop in your streams, the streams for our friends, it's always like, hey, how's it going? Lurking while driving. Semi-lurk, lurking while driving. So that's the nature of my visits to my friends' streams lately. Like I said, it's cool. Things are starting to settle down a little bit now, though, so we're able to better predict and attend our friends' streams now. We do have a couple of events coming up. Heading back to Seattle for a few days at the end of next month to bring my older son Biggie out to his university and get him settled there. And his freshman year of university will begin. So I'll be out there for about maybe 4 days. About 4 days. At the end of September. I might have to go out there for a couple of days in October, but we'll see what happens there. All right. For this vibe, I'm thinking this part right here. I'd like to do maybe something like that. Just to add a little more contour. Like that. Okay, let's do this. Fill this part in, and then we'll stack some sand on top of it. Right. See, I wish we could one-click load the personal crafting field like that, like we can with the crafting table. Dear Jeb. Whatever, we'll do it the hard way. I think things are starting to settle down enough where I can do a little more work on the stream itself, which I haven't done in quite some time. And I am speaking of maybe a few more redeems, especially channel point redeems. Those are my favorites. Because that's the most important thing to me for this stream is viewership. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, I like subs. I like donations. I like subs. But viewership is what I'm really interested in. Now let's do some of this. Also, I need to start my Patreon page, which is something I've been putting off for years now. And I really need to get on with that. So, because I like to have an alternative to subs and bits. And I would really like to promote that over subs and bits. Again, not so because I have anything against subs and bits, but I always feel that donating the amount that you want to donate when you want to donate it, I always prefer that. So I would like to set that up and get that going. And I've just been putting that off way too long. And of course, there he is. I'm just here on my way home. Shut Mountain! We were speaking of thee earlier. If you found that your ears were burning. Have a safe trip home. I'm glad we were able to keep Generations at the same time, and I think we will be able to for the foreseeable future. So Generations is probably going to be able to remain 12 to 2 Pacific Standard Time. We're probably going to be able to maintain that. Still not 100% convinced that that's the best thing for everybody, but it seems to have worked out pretty good so far. And again, to have this early in the afternoon, I'm trying to accommodate our British and European friends over there on the other side of the pond. And see if I can give them a little bit more convenient time to drop in and say hi. as most of our friends are east of us considerably. And fellow buffoon Explodin, Odin for short, he and I are out here on the fringe, out on the west coast. But I do have to admit, it's cool having Odin out here with me. It's been so lonely. And there's the man himself. Nice. Good to catch you live and not on a VOD. The mighty, the one only, one of the prime buffoons himself, Mr. Supernova Relic. Sir, Mr. Relic, how are you doing today? I was out at Nova's base the other day on Buffooncraft season 5, out that way, and without giving away too many spoilers, working on a Zelda Breath of the Wild style build, and already looking very, very cool. My older son Nova is way into Zelda Breath of the Wild, and so I showed him a couple of the structures. And I've got to say, that game, it has really, really impressed me with the art design and stuff, and it's just incredible. All right, let's take a quick pass overhead and take a look at the way that the beach is shaping up here. Okay, I kind of like the shape of that. I'm going to extend this second level out a little bit. I think we should do that. Right, so let us do I'm seeing something like this branching off of here now, and maybe doing something like that in a fairly gentle curve, or maybe more like an S kind of curve where it'll come out here a little bit, it'll double back some, and then maybe move back out. This feature I might take out altogether, I'm not sure. Because we want to leave plenty of beach, water level beach here, because if you have yourself a butcher here like this, sometimes you got to do this for scale and just put yourself in the scene so you can you can get an idea of how things are going to lay out. So actually I'm thinking like right in the back there. Okay, I've got an idea. Very well, thanks. How's you? I am doing awesome. Thank you very much, sir. All right, let's go up and do a little bit of sleeping, because I removed a lot of the lighting around here, and it's gonna be kind of dangerous. You may be thinking, oh well, it's Mushroom Island biome, even though you've laid out the sand, but a lot of this is actually reclaimed ocean biome. So. Oh yeah, and I don't have Mini HUD installed and updated on this yet, so I have to be careful. All right, let's trace out the shape of this. Like I said, I was thinking maybe an S kind of curve that goes something like that. And I may move these mushrooms a little bit later, but I'm thinking something like that. Yeah, all right, let's lay that out. So maybe something like this. And then I'll see if I can try not to make it too severe. We should bring this in a little bit. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe something like that. All right, let's try it up. And I'm actually going more towards this inner edge shape than the outer one. Let's see. Like I've said in the past, terraforming isn't really my thing, but sometimes, I could do a halfway decent job. I've learned a lot from our fellow buffoons, especially that guy right there who just logged on. Let's land atop this mushroom, shall we? And this might give us a decent... Yeah, okay, this is a pretty good view. All right, so this second level will come around here, I'm thinking. This might jut out a little too much, though. But I'm thinking it'll be okay, though. Let's try that. Let's try it out and let's see what it looks like. All right, let's remove... Again, it may seem a little superfluous to put the layer of sandstone underneath the sand, but, structural support, just in case I'm digging around underneath this. I don't have a whole bunch of sand collapse upon me from above. So let us do this. Right. Fast. With reckless abandon. Okay, cool. You're a good terraformer, Thunder. Thank you for the vote of confidence, sir. From you, that really means something. Now, ironically, here on Generations, I'm not going to go too mathematical with the paths and stuff like I usually do. Before Craft Season 4. But, yeah, this I want to keep very natural looking. If I can. As natural as I can looking. Because there's a lot of structure to that hotel. And so this, I want to keep as natural looking as I can. So, in other words, I'm going to break from my normal building style. Going to diverge. Not completely, though, but a little bit here. How am I doing time-wise there? 1:17. We got plenty of time. 43 minutes left of the stream. Lots of time. Which I'm really looking forward to because I'd really like to make some progress on this. And we are ready for sand. Let's go load up. No hands. Not there. Right here. Here we go. We'll fill that in a bit. Yeah, let's sketch the outline first here, and then we can be very careless and reckless with the innards, the innerbrits. like so. And then, like I said, we're going to try to keep this. We may do some shaping there, but we're going to try to keep that as like a wading pool kind of thing. All right, coming together, coming together. Then we can step away and we'll climb upon our observation mushroom. Have ourselves a ganda. Okay. Now there is this bit to consider right here. And I think we could just go hack that right now. It's just a matter of working this part of it out. And that's not too hard to do at all. Let's just do that. 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 And then we'll just fill this in. I think we're good. We'll step back and see what that looks like. Again, I could just leave the dirt as the support layer underneath. But like I said, when I'm digging around out there underneath here, if I see the sandstone, I'll know where I am. So, yeah, do not dig up. Bad things will happen, like suffocation. Build destruction. Things like that. Let us, again, do this. And as far as water level beach, what does that give us? That's still pretty good, I think. That bit I'll probably leave out of there. Okay, cool. All right, that's not bad. I like how it kind of cradles that pool area. But I do get the feeling that it needs to come out here a little bit to sort of follow this peninsula, but not a lot. So we can add that. But right after, we have ourselves a bit of a nap. Yeah, let's just extend this out a little bit. Probably something like... not a lot. Let's not get too silly with it. Maybe something like this. Maybe something along those lines. So it kind of juts out and follows this, but not a lot. Great, 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 great. Now this, I'm not going to keep this just all this homogeneous sand in here. I'm going to break things up quite a bit, but I'm going to lay down the sand first, get the shape and then the overall look of it, and then we'll start to switch things out and detail things and stuff like that. But of course, a block to mix with sand isn't so obvious. I mean, you would think gravel, and maybe we could do gravel down there by the shore a little bit. But like I said, I don't think I can plant grass on sand. And I can't put seagrass because there's no water. So I would like to have some grass, some clumps of grass, though, here and there. I just got to think about that a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, I've got to clean up there. Again, you know, I may wind up just moving these mushrooms. Like I said earlier, you know, I want the brown mushrooms to act as beach umbrellas, and the red mushrooms would act as like a bar or food station or something like that, you know, so we can kind of keep in the mushroom theme here, right? Mushroom Island theme a little bit. Let me see. We'll have to deal with this next. So weird having rockets. Buffoons, you know of what I speak. Right, let's clean this up a little bit here. I'm going to do something like that. And then maybe that. Might bring this out a little bit here. Because this is going to form... There should be a path off of this a little bit. And the path should lead down, at least I'm thinking, to the wading pool right there. And then there'll be the path should split here to go around here and around the aquarium so folks can see the aquarium. And then out to the parking in the front and the main strip out here. So. All right, so let's go put this into place here. All right, cool. Now, so far as the pool is concerned, I mean, I kind of like the shape of it. Let's clear up the shape a little bit. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's deal with this edge over here. We could take this out. That's a little too much. No, actually, let's put that back. I liked that. Okay, that's good. Okay. I do like the shape of that. Let's take that away. Let's go pull these back a little bit. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, all of this is okay. All right, I like that. Alrighty, now what to edge this pool with? Now, we could use Prismarine. Yeah, we could use Prismarine for that. Again, this is supposed to be like a little kid's wading pool kind of thing, right? So... All right, let's begin by at least doing that. Okay, that's all right. And let me see, we should make it all one level. 2 meters is kind of deep for a kid's pool. Okay, that's good. All right, now what to make this thing out of? Again, you know, we could do the Prismarine. We could use white blocks. We could use like polished andesite around the edges of it. Some steps going down into it. So we do have all of that stuff to consider. But I'll tell you what, before we get too far into that, I think I can actually make some progress doing more on the beach because we already have the materials. So we can continue to outline some of this. Right, this would be almost a straight run right out to the water. And then this one would follow the edge of the water like this out and around. Yeah, we could do that. All right, we need to do some sleeping. And how am I doing time-wise? 1:33. We are doing excellent time-wise. Please let me sleep, please. Sanja. One thing I do miss about Optifine is having the glass blocks without the edge features on them. I really do miss that. I've yet to reinstall my shaders on this on my server as well. I guess I should get around to doing that. Let me see here. All right, the idea for this one, though, is really to make... Yeah, let's do that. this out of here. And again, I'm taking this mycelium out, but I just want to see the shape of it first. And I'm seeing how I went about these. Trying to get an idea of where to join these up, like, and I'm just using the mycelium. Like I said, I'll replace this with sand shortly, but I'm just trying to get the shape of it. And then this will merge into that. Let's have a look. I'm not going to fly with a block of sandstone. let's. That's what rockets are for. Yeah, something like that. That's not too bad, although that's pretty severe right there. Let us. Try something like that. That might not be so bad. Hawk. Oh yeah, I like that better. Okay. It might need to be a little bit wider though. But again, I don't want it to be too wide. And remember, this actually merges onto this level here. So it should be okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. All right, let's start outlining here. We can carry that outward a little bit like that. That's good. Duckin', be gone with thee. Really, I hadn't noticed that I didn't continue that concrete down there. It's okay. It'll be covered up. No one will see a thing. I guess I shouldn't bother with that. It's just going to be sandstone later anyway. Okay, I like this. All right, here we go. Let us resupply, but first, let's ditch this guy in the ocean. Last thing we need is more duckins. Kachi! And let us get rid of some of this other stuff, of which we definitely do not need, clogging our inventory. There we go. Better, much. Well, I guess I could have made some sandstone while I was up there. Ugh. There, I'm digging that. Okay, no pun intended. And let's carve this out. Okay, so this must be all sandstone. Taking your life into your hands there, Duckin. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, great. This actually wind up being sand. Right, so we need to do that. And this. Hawk. Let us craft a little bit more sandstone here. And again, I'm just making the sandstone as I go because I can, right? You could just make that in the personal inventory, and then I don't have to sort my own inventory. I can just load it up with sand and then just craft the sandstone right on the spot. As needed. Wonderful, more rain. And I'll tell you what, let's duck in. And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. The laying down of sand. No, we have to actually sleep. Done. And we have 16 more minutes left of the stream. And I am really liking the heck out of the progress I'm being made here. If you build as slowly as I do, this is really exciting. any progress. Oop, we're gonna have to fix that. Any progress is good progress. All right, yeah, let's just sketch the outline here and then just fill in the middle bits. Make a nice sandy beach out back here because, after all, you know, who wants to leave their lovely, lush hotel to come out here by the moldy, mildewy, fungus-covered beach? Rhetorical question. No one. So yeah, let's set down some sand, shall we? Great. Oh, really? How dare you, Thunder? There you go. All right. I was surprised I wasn't trolled by that. For that. Let's see. Okay, let's just step back and have ourselves a little bit of a look here. All right, I like that. Now I'm thinking that's jutting out a little too much, but... yeah, I think it should kind of hook around a little bit. How much time do I have left? I'm down to 14 minutes of the stream. I'm tempted to do this level of the beach next, though. And let me have a look. This coastline, I actually spent a little bit of time on that coastline. So I think I'm going to leave that pretty much like it is. And I'm just going to come around and patch up this bit right here. Then I think I'm good. Then we'll work on the outline and then we'll fill it in. We can see how much of that we can achieve before the end of the stream. Let's do something like... You know, I just don't want it jutting in quite so deep and quite so into the landscape and quite so close to the wading pool like that. So let's do something like this. Okay, yeah, something like that. Again, I'm going to fill the water in first, so when I do that, I don't have to worry about the water flowing out over it and stuff while I'm... Oh, really? Okay. Sure. Let's use the rest of this up then. Again, I don't care what kind of sandstone it is, as long as it does its thing. Let's go get some more sand up over here. And again, there'll be things like steps going down into the pool and all of that stuff, so. Paths and all of that. Okay, let's get into here. And I did outline this. I think I can still see it under the water there. Like that. Okay. We could just extend that. Great. Okay, I like it. Okay, yeah, that's a good looking coastline, I think. Okay, now this is going to be a little weird because this has to be sand, so we have to dig down 2 to put the sandstone in place. And let me see, with 9 minutes left of the stream, can we at least outline? Maybe not. At least outline where the edge is going to be here. No, the cut sandstone. Where is it? There, like that. Should be right about there. Right, this is starting to get a little too tedious. I need to pick up the pace here a little bit. Like that. That's not what I want. Come on, hands. Where did the cut sandstone go? Did I use it all? There it is. Just stay in your slot, please. That. So you can see we have a lot of filling in to do underneath. Yeah, see, so this is the idea, right? And you know what? Let's just do that. Yeah, that way if we can get the outline all around, then I just have to go in and go about filling in the interior. All right, let's take a quick little Shut Mountain. Depends on who you ask about the mildewy, moldy beach. Yes, I suppose it does, right? Again, I know I'm doing this almost block by block, but I have to follow the outline. And if I just blast through it and take away too much, I'll forget what the contour looked like. That's just part of being old. Short-term memory, not good. I'm gonna do a little something. Like that. Right, we got a little ways to go there, but we're going to need some more sandstone pretty soon. Pretty soon is in like right now. All right. Sometimes I think the shovel's actually hurting us here because it just pulls away too much. The curse of efficiency 5. When you get to a certain point like this, you could just go back and fill in the sand, right? Like that. There we go. Welcome back from the ad break, by the way. It's good I get notified of those now. Mods don't see that, though. They don't see the ads anyway, but you guys should be able to see the notifications for the ad break, though, just like I do. So, and of course, I can hear the Lass of Loch Royal. That must mean it is getting close to time to end the stream. Oh no. Yeah, so it is 1:59 right now, and that's usually the time I wrap things up. Okay, pretty close to wrapping things up here. I mean, that's not that far. Hawk. Alrighty, I think this is a good play. I'll just, well, let's just do this. I can't just walk away with just that little left to do. I can't do it. Industrious Scotsman, I can't walk away from that. At least that. At least. Okay, that's better. Okay, let's fly on back and have a look. Oh yeah. I really, really, really like that. Now I know there's a lot of sandstone on the hotel itself, and then there's sand on the beach, but there'll be features on the beach that will break that up a little bit. That's what I'm counting. That's upon what I am counting. So we'll see how that works out. This I might round that out a little bit, but we'll see. But I'm really pleased with that. Really pleased with that. I feel like we made some progress today. That's always a good thing. Okay, with that, looking good. Thank you so much, sir. With that, let us wrap things up. Make sure I log off of the server here so I don't die. And let's have a look and see if there's anybody to whom we can raid out. Pleasant Player might still be doing. Oh wow, there's none of you right now. Really? Okay, I was hoping Pleasant Player would still be streaming Among Us, and it's a little too early for Angel to start her stream. She has another hour to go. So I think I'm going to wrap things up. That'll give me actually a little time to prep before I have to leave to go bring Kachi home. So with that, I think I'm just going to sign off here for today. Just remember, we'll be doing this generation stream every Wednesday. Looks like we're going to be able to stick from the to the noon time to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time schedule. So next week, next Wednesday, we'll be resuming our work on Baby Zombie Rush. That's actually getting exciting now. Well, it's always been exciting for me, but it's getting more exciting now because we're coming very close to the end. We made a lot of progress on optimizing the countdown timer. Came through with some redstone breakthroughs that made that thing more compact and usable. And so that open area is almost finished now. That's very, very close. So next Wednesday, it's probably going to be time to start messing around with the command blocks for that to make the baby zombies drop from the sky and all that part. So and then the features, then there's only really two more features to put on there, and that's the start gate feature at the beginning and the exit gate feature at the end. So and then we should be ready to launch that, and it should be ready to invite contestants on to make the run. So with that, that'll be next Wednesday. Our next stream will be Friday. That'll be Buffooncraft SMP Season 5. I used to stream that from 3 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but that's going to be later in the evening, either earlier in the day or later in the evening. I'm probably going to try earlier in the day if I can. I think, again, I can get more of our friends who are east of us on this globe, and I'll try not to stream it late at night. We'll see how that works out. But we will stream it Friday. And then the stream after that will be Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's Kachi time. That won't be changing. That still maintains its slot. I don't know what Kachi wants to do. It'll likely be more of his Roblox and his game development. So we'll have to see how that pans out. All right. With that being said, thank you so much, friends, for joining us today. It was really cool to see you all logging in and stuff like that. Please enjoy the rest of your afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you happen to be, and come on by and see us next stream. Until then, bye for now.